On June 9, 2026, the quiet streets of Collin County disappeared under the weight of over 200 protesters. They surged against police barricades, their anger fueled by a verdict reached only moments before. Inside the courtroom, the silence was broken by the sound of 19-year-old Karmelo Anthony and his mother sobbing. A judge had just sentenced the teenager to 35 years in a Texas state prison for first-degree murder. The outrage outside stemmed from a statistical reality. The jury included white, Asian, and Hispanic members, but lacked a single black juror. For protesters, this invalidated the process. For the Metcalf family, the verdict was the only path to accountability. The legal system provided a resolution, but the community remained split between those who saw justice and those who saw a failure of the system. To understand how a suburban community reached this point, we have to look back 14 months to April 2025. Memorial High School was hosting a regional track meet. It was a standard afternoon in Frisco. Crowded bleachers and teenagers preparing for their events in what everyone considered a safe environment. This routine sporting event would become the site of a murder that effectively ended the lives of 2 local teenagers. When a sudden rainstorm hit, Karmelo Anthony sought shelter under a sports tent. It belonged to a rival school. 17-year-old track star Austin Metcalf was already inside. He told Karmelo to leave the area, initiating a verbal confrontation. The argument escalated immediately. Within seconds, the 2 teenagers were locked in a physical struggle. During the violent chaos of the struggle, Karmelo pulled a concealed knife and stabbed Austin once directly in the chest. The fight ended as quickly as it began. Austin collapsed on the wet ground, bleeding out while his teammates scrambled to help. Austin's twin brother, Hunter, stood inches away. He watched the entire event unfold, unable to do anything as his brother died. The encounter inside that tent lasted less than 60 seconds. In that window, a teenage argument resulted in 1 death and a decades-long prison sentence for the survivor. In June 2026, the case moved into a courtroom. The trial did not focus on who held the knife, but on why it was used. The defense argued that Karmelo was a terrified teenager. They claimed he was surrounded by rivals and acted out of a panicked survival instinct. The defense argued the stabbing was sudden passion, which reduces the charge to manslaughter and shortens the sentence. The prosecution rejected this, arguing that bringing a deadly weapon to a youth event proved the intent was murder, not self-defense. The jury had to decide if they were looking at a boy who panicked in a fight or a killer who arrived prepared for violence. After a brief deliberation, the jury rejected the defense's claims entirely. They found no evidence of self-defense or sudden passion. The 35-year sentence followed immediately, ensuring Karmelo would spend most of his adult life in a state prison. For the Metcalf family, the sentence doesn't change the list of what Austin will miss. He won't attend his high school graduation or get married. His twin brother is left to navigate his future alone. Karmelo faces his own reality. By the time he is eligible for release, he will be in his mid-50s, his youth entirely consumed by the prison system. The judge's gavel ended the legal proceedings, but the community remains in a state of unrest. It is a city left with 2 destroyed families and a debate over the nature of justice that shows no signs of resolving.